This video chart presentation of RDN Group. It's a New York Stock Exchange company trading our ticker RDN. It's a financial play in the insurance business. Obviously, with all the global turmoil that's been going on, stock's been having a real tough time. The sector has in general, from up here around $4.70 all the way back down to $2. But it's interesting to note the way it caught a strong support level and made a real nice bounce this week. That's why you hear the old adage, buy on support. And in the case of RDN, that would have been a real smart play because the stock bounced more than 40% before it pulled back to still hold gains around 30% off of that level. Just a technically sound chart, and one I want to take a look at today, just to talk about identifying some dynamic resistance points, some static resistance points, and oftentimes the power of support, where stocks make a real nice bounce despite what the market's doing. Now it's early on, it's just been 2 days of a bounce, but we should see some nice reversals going on. MACD dropping a bullish cross. Classic PPO ADX pinch. Sharp movement now from the positive DI, negative DI. ADX making its way down. This is the initial bounce that I always look for off the tight pinch. And if there's any retracement now after the bounce, I just want to see this PPO trending back towards zero. See this ADX come back down. Show it the downward pressure is losing a little bit of strength. And then if it does curl back up some, I'd look for it to hold a new support level. Kind of make a second loose pinch, what's sometimes referred to as an ascending pinch. And if that happens, a lot of times the bottom is in for the play and a nice upward trend will continue. MFI's made a sharp move with the buying pressure. Accumulation distribution looks like it's trying to finally hold a base. I'd really look for it to move through this level. I'd want to see it take on some higher highs. Leading into the bounce, Jake and Money Flow was given hints that buying and selling pressure was equalizing. CCI, same thing, making some higher lows, now holding above negative 100, and a pretty neutral reading around zero. Full Stow, of course, made a snap move with buying pressure. It's a gauge of momentum. That should be expected. And the tricks, it's flattened out now, but it's a lagging indicator. It'll take a few days for this to actually make a bullish cross, and it'll require some continued buying pressure. RSI is also a gauge of momentum. Sharp move. I'd expect that RSI to snap like that. Now I just want to see if they can break through 50 and hold above it. I won't be amazed if it doesn't. If it wants to curl itself back down, make a little bit of a higher low, and try and develop a channel towards 50 and then break through it. As far as the candles go, you could put a bottom support all the way there to $1.79, but it's pretty clear at this $1.90 right to around $2 has consistently held as support. And if this did pull all the way back, I'd want to see it hold that area again without question. Now ideally what I would look for, if it does pull back from this point, I'd want to see it hold $2.20. Make a new higher low. In the past, it's served as a support level. I wouldn't even want to see it challenge this $2. I'd want to see the higher low. Let the indicators go ahead and pull back some, then rotate, put together a channel. In general, channels are a lot stronger than whipsaw movement. So if it does pull back, that's perfectly healthy. Make the higher low, then rotate, take another run at this dynamic resistance of the 200-day moving average. It also is important to note that right there about where it is an area of static resistance. Now, it's not a primary area, but it has served as a little bit of resistance back here in October and a little bit of support early on in 2012. But if it can break through that area, it won't meet more resistance again until it's up near $3.40. 50-day moving average is there as well. I'd say that's going to be a tough spot for it. But closing at $2.61, that's a very large move from where it is, and I'm not necessarily looking for that to happen tomorrow. I'm looking at this as a longer-term sort of play to see if it's going to start making some higher lows and start channeling upward and try and break through key moving averages like the 50 and 200 day. 10.4 million shares traded. That's a spike over the last few weeks, but this stock generally maintains nice levels of volume. It is a New York Stock Exchange company, so liquidity is not an issue with this play. All in all, though, just a technically sound chart. When I saw it, I thought it was just a good one to share with using the idea of multiple bottoms and how powerful support and resistance levels can be. It's in a tough sector, financials and insurance plays, but technically speaking, it's a nice looking chart and one worth keeping an eye on over the next couple weeks to see how it performs. As always, merely my interpretation of the RDN chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.